I've made over $1 million on Etsy. And in this video, I'm gonna show you how to make best-selling t-shirt designs using AI. First off, I've used a process called print on demand. And how it works is that you create a design and you put your design on top of a blank image of a product, like a t-shirt. You then take that image and put that up on a marketplace like Etsy. Once someone actually purchases the listing on Etsy, then you connect that order to Printify, and they then fulfill and prints and ships the items for you, which means that we as the sellers don't have to incur any risk with inventory, which is super neat. Now, the first step to the process is research. Whenever I've actually deviated from like going off of data, it has never ever worked for me. So I have a full video breakdown on how I do all my research in this video right here. So I won't go into like the nitty-gritty of that. You can watch that video for that. But the gist of it is that you basically take 5 to 10 shops that you want to be like at minimum, and you gotta be really thorough about the shops that you want to be like, because if you fast track it, the data will be skewed. So you 5 to 10 shops that you want to be like on Etsy. You then download their backend data using Everbee. And then once you've done that, you can sort all of the backend data that you got from these shops on a Google Sheet file. And then you can just go from top to bottom and like see which type of design sells, how the offer is structured and so forth. Now, I've taken out a couple of listings from my own master list here, just to show you how I actually make designs. So these specifically are some of the designs in this master list. And what do these three have in common? They have the major design commonalities. And the major thing that they have in common, a circle, and there's an inner circle. And between those, you have text on top and text on bottom and text in the middle. And it's the same thing with this one, but it also like the general thinking, like having an outline circle and then an inner circle here with some text in the middle and text above and text on the downer parts of the circle. And it's the same thing with this one. It has text in the middle, text above, text down below, and then 2 circles, one outer one and one inner one. Now, the great thing about these days that makes me so excited is that AI has gotten so good. And I'm not a designer, and you don't have to be a designer, especially now, given that AI has gotten so good. What we can do here, like we can see that this basically design sells really well. Like this type of design outline with one big circle and a smaller circle with text in it works really well. If we then go back to the master list and just go from top to bottom, I took out this listing right here. It's currently a bestseller. It's sold 3 times in the last 24 hours and it's done over 905 reviews. It's a great seller. And it says I have no shelf control. If we just go here and just search for Liberian shirt, let's see here. And as I am a Swedish POD seller, I always gotta make sure that this says delivered to the United States, since that's my target market. Because usually it can auto filter to Sweden, since I live in Sweden. Then I gotta apply the physical items filter and the star seller filter. I then go to the search bar and swap out star for best. What this does is that it only shows me the best sellers for a given niche, so I actually know what sells. Because the thing is, when something sells really well, like you don't want to, like if I would like go into this niche, for instance, I don't want to make a design like this in this niche because they have already taken this type of design style and made it in the niche. So that's not how you add value to the whole thing. What you do is like, if you know that this type of design style now works, what if we put that into this design? What if you put this type of design style and this type of design style and this type of design style in this niche instead? As long as it hasn't been implemented before, that's how we can add value to the niche. So we see here first if there's any designs like that in the niche that are actually like selling. And always got to know that like about 80% of the sales comes from the first page. So it's mainly the first page that we got to look at, since that's like the main page that people actually like to look at. So if we just look at this, there's no design with like the outer circle and an inner circle with some text in it that has actually been a bestseller or is a bestseller right now in this niche. So we can add value to the librarian niche by adding this type of design style into this niche. That's how this whole game is. You add value by doing that kind of thing. And now with AI, I'll show you how to actually make the design. So first off, we can just take a screenshot of this design here. You have to make a prompt, and a prompt is kind of hard to make in my opinion. So let's see here. We then go to ChatGPT. Since we can now upload images to ChatGPT, and then we basically give this prompt. Please describe this image in detail as a prompt. Perfect. Now, we can obviously say this exact design, and we don't want to copy this design using AI. That's not how we do this. So instead of having it say official member of the Cool Hands Club, then we say, can you change the text so it fits a librarian? I want the above text to say I have, and the text below to say self-control. In the middle, I want some paperback books in an artsy, because it was kind of artsy. This kind of vibe looks kind of artsy. I want some, so in the middle, I want some paperback books in an artsy aesthetic, as long as I'm like spelling that right. And then please phrase it as a prompt. Okay, so then we basically take this specific prompt and then we go to Mydesigns and use their Dream AI. Their Dream AI is so powerful. You can do so many things with it. And one of the best things with it, in my opinion, is that you can choose which model you actually want to use when you create the design. And something that just released like a day or so ago is the Ideogram V2A Turbo model that just been integrated into Mydesigns. And I love this one so much. It works so well compared to like previous ideograms. Before like this new V2A Turbo model came out and it was implemented into Mydesigns, I've only used like the Flux 1.1 Pro Ultra, but this one just takes it out of the gate, like the model, the Ideogram V2A Turbo. So I use that model and then I just like copy the prompt that I got from ChatGPT. I post it in here. I want 4 images. Gotta make sure that this has a low resolution so it doesn't cost too much credits. And then we press Dream. Their Dream AI is so powerful, so let's see what we can get from that. Let's see here. And there we go. This looks so good. It's like this looks so good. And let's see here. This is perfect. And again, what I would recommend in this case, like it's always best to have like some type of like different variations to it. So instead of using just the Ideogram model, you can also use the Flux one to see what they produce. So same prompt, just using Flux instead. And now they're currently generating. This one also looks good, but honestly, like I think I prefer these ones better. Like these look so good. Perfect for POD. Because the thing is, when you use AI, there are so many things that can't like be in the design for it to work. You can't use shadows. It always has to be in full solid colors, otherwise it doesn't print that well. So it fills all of those like criteria that you need to have in order to work with POD. But let's see if we can take the prompt using Ideogram again, and then just have it say, let's change it out so it's in a lighter font instead. And let's see if this works. So I just put in with a black background to see if this actually like makes the design lighter. Let's see here. It probably should. Yep, this will work really well for lighter garments, but this will work really well for lighter garments too. Now, honestly, I prefer this one as like the best. But yeah, so that's how I would basically make a design using AI. The key thing to the whole game is to like see what type of design styles actually work and add it into niches where it hasn't been implemented before. That's the whole game. And the best way to utilize AI is to think of it that way, because you can't just prompt anything and do the same thing. You always got to add value to a niche to make it work. And this is how I would add value to the book niche, since there are no bestsellers with this type of design layout currently in the niche. But yeah, that's how I would add value to the book niche by designing with AI.